What's up, y'all? It's your girl Venus Archangel here with another love reading for y'all. If you're unsure of your sun, moon, and rising signs, want to know what cards I'm using in the video, or interested in booking a personal reading with me, head on over to the description box below. And with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. What's going on, Virgo? This is your girl Venus Archangel here. Let's go ahead and get started with your reading here, okay? Alright, so underlying energy is temperance. So what we're working with is having to keep the balance, maintaining maintaining and moderating in all things, and kind of doing what we can do and doing what we need to do in the moment, and letting things kind of unfold and wrap around, unfold and do whatever it needs to do around us. So right now, Virgo, there seems to be a time where you kind of had to make a decision. There was something you had to contemplate, and it was one that was a very difficult decision to make, because you saw this as kind of the same old thing. Like, you kind of like, look, been here, done that. It was a hard decision in the respect because you kind of just, it was lacklustery, because like you just didn't like, okay, what's exciting about this? What do I need to do about this? Like, I don't really see anything that's really jumping out at me. So there was a lot of hardcore decision making. And now I feel like either you made your decision, or decision has been made in regards to an offer that you extended. And now you're just kind of having to keep things rolling, keep things balanced, because everything is going to just kind of, work out in its own time. So why is it saying all of that? Well, the heart of your reading, you have the Eight of Swords. So there's a lot of thinking and, feeling trapped in your thoughts, because there's a lot of stuff going on. And I feel like you're not really seeing what you feel like you need, right? In this relationship that you possibly gotten into, you're really worried about not seeing the support, or having that, that fun energy, that connecting energy that you have in your relationship. I feel like there is a lot of concern in regards to like feeling like you're trapped in a relationship that does not have support. Now, in a lot of the other readings, like, think back in like August, September time, you guys had a lot of relationship, it's like situations where you guys had there was a lack of emotional support in regards to your relationship, because somebody was focused more on the practical stuff than an emotional connection, an emotional, an emotional thing for you guys. You knew that there needed to be a balance in the relationship. There needed to be some emotional stuff going on, and it was a struggle between you and them. But I feel like now you guys feel trapped, because again, the support there, the emotional availability there, because Three of Cups, that shows of emotional availability. Like, you are able to express yourself in an emotional way. How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that if you feel like you ain't getting it, So I'm not saying that this is you guys like not getting the support that you need because of you. I'm thinking that right now what you guys don't see is that there could be the potential support around you, but you're just so worried or caught up in your thoughts right now that you're just you're not really seeing the support that's possibly even there for you. And honestly, it may be subtle and it may be platonic, so it doesn't really kind of come up in the romantic radar, if that makes sense. So if it isn't registered as something romantic for you, you probably don't see that support because it's platonic. Okay, Three of Cups can be very platonic energy. Or this could be in regards to a reunion of some sort. Maybe there was an offer. Maybe you guys, for some of you guys, maybe some of you guys broke up with somebody and they are trying to get back in your life, and you're like, I don't know about that. Like, but you have obviously feelings for this person. You have something in regards to this, this person. That's why you had taken a long time making the decision or waiting or what. But you also feel trapped because there is that stigma of not having that support that you're looking for. There's something there that's just like, you don't know if that support's there. You don't know. And you're just like, you can't see it because you guys are Virgos. You guys think for things very thoroughly through. You guys pay attention to the details. But honestly, there's a point where obviously you guys are caught up in your thoughts, in that point where you kind of stop paying attention to details and start seeing things that kind of get a little too much. That is no longer looking at details per se. I'm struggling to find the word, but you're end up like picking pieces and just kind of like really just focusing on one thing now instead of just kind of looking at the bigger picture. So that's one thing that the Eight of Swords is like. So if you're focusing on the details so much that you're honestly no longer really focusing on what details you need to be focusing on. So I take it back. You guys pretty much probably are focusing on the details, but focusing on the stuff that kind of isn't really focusing on the big picture. Okay? So if you aren't seeing something as clearly as it is, and it could be there, is probably there needs to be some sort of like not counsel, but kind of that you really probably have to really take a leap of faith and kind of try to look at something in a different way. Take the steps to look in a different way. Okay? Because the Eight of Swords, like you see he's tied up, right? And stuff, but his legs are even tied up too. You probably just need to just, hop forward. Just try to do something that just isn't typically the norm. And honestly, even if you don't see it, just because you don't see something doesn't mean it's not there. But at the same time, just because you may think it's there doesn't mean it's in your way. Okay? So I feel like you guys are not seeing the support that's available for you, or you guys just don't trust that there is, or not. You don't feel the the support that you're looking for, or see it because it's not in the romantic level. Okay. Now, in the past, you guys had something very wonderful, okay? You had something start very passionately, something very exciting come up, okay? And I think that was this new beginning in regards to your love. What makes you, whatever your passions are, right? Let me quickly pull for the Eight of Swords. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, not seeing the support, and or possibly not really seeing that for what it is. Okay, fine. Three of Cups then. Wow, are you serious? To clarify, the Ace of Wands is the Ace of Wands. So there's a beginning here in regards to ambitions, aspirations, and passion. Something that got you excited. Wow. When something comes up twice, it's basically saying that card is literally that card. Like, there is no clarifiers for it. So let me just pull one more just to see what's up. If I get the Page of Wands, I know what's up. That's like the second thing after that. But about this Ace of Wands though, I think there was just a beginning of something to get you started again, right? You're starting something new, starting something fresh. You're really trying to discover, because really what the Ace of Wands comes up as, you're trying to discover what makes you passionate, what makes you feel like you can just get up and run, The Empress, and that's just, you wanted to create something abundant, but I think also you wanted to, I feel like you wanted to, I feel like you guys wanted to, sorry about that long pause, you guys wanted to start something that had the potential to take off. This is a domestic situation, so something new could have happened within your home right now. Okay? Something could have happened within your home. But ultimately, you guys have started something new. You guys have started something, or something towards, you started a relationship even, I think more so than a relationship, that could bring the passion back, that really is looking for the passion. And you don't want to, I don't know if you guys are concerned about it being platonic or being serious, but I feel like you guys have had this beginning kind of start to kind of really figure out where you are in the energetic sphere, if that makes sense. You're trying to figure out how you operate in this moment. Now, in the present, y'all have Judgment. So, yeah, the past is fairly interesting because you guys, obviously, I've said it like 1,000 times already now. You guys have started something new, started something that is rather, like I said, exciting, but to really build towards what you feel passionate for, what you are aspiring for. And obviously, you want to feel comfortable and, abundant in your relationship. You probably want to build something that has the security and has that support that you're looking for. But right now, I think you're trying to identify exactly what it is that makes you passionate, whatever drive that you have, what is it exactly? And I think that's why That's why just Judgment is here, excuse me. Because, obviously, the Ace of Wands, you don't start something with knowing everything first. You start something to learn what you need to learn. And if it's new, you learn something about yourself, right, along with in the journey that can really help you later on and pretty much help you understand yourself a lot better. So with Judgment being here, I feel like that new beginning has put you in a position now to transform you, because, or not necessarily transform you, but you're recognizing that you are not the same person that when you started out. There's something now where you have, I think, okay, you have confidence, you have your inner strengths here, right? You have whatever, like, because this is big time, not just, this is usually seen as something that's like a difficult situation, you kind of getting through it, not necessarily so, because this is a card for Leo as well. This is really talking about, where your inner passions lie, right? Just like with the Ace of Wands. The human side is our inner strength to tame the lion. But the lion represents how we are in the naturalist, rawest form. This is our rawest energy. So I feel like what's transforming you is that you're connecting and understanding and seeing the raw energy that you possess. Because what is Wands? Energy. And you're starting something that's very energetic. You're starting something that's very pure. Okay? So you are having to transform into what is the pure form of yourself. You started something that that had a lot to do with, pure energy. So, yeah. Now, this is pretty interesting. You guys have the Ten of Swords. Now, I still don't get, even though this is a really bad card to get, I don't really see this as being bad. I feel like, honestly, when you started out, you were building something. You're trying to give birth to something new and something exciting. But now, considering that you're at Judgment, you're not only tapping into your raw energy, you're tapping into your natural self. You're also seeing seeing things from a different perspective. You've gotten things and learned things from this new beginning that you will never forget. And it doesn't have to be a good thing. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's just more of like because when you set out in any journey, like with the aces, right? You have just one of that thing. When you get to the end of the cycle, you have 10 of those. It's pretty much the same card, right? The aces and the tens are pretty much the same card. You just have more of that one thing that you started out with. So when you start out with the wands, and you hit the 10 of wands, you get, a lot of, why you're here. Well, like, what is your passion? A lot of those passions are just like, this is the passion. This is, the aspiration, your drive, your energy. This is a lot of energy here, but it's still one. If that makes sense. So when the 10 of Swords comes up, it could be, like I said, it could have been a difficult situation that could have inspired you or really showed you your raw energy, and that's what's transforming you. Or you've developed and gotten a lot of perspective from what you were dealing with, with the lack of support, possibly, or not seeing the support that you wanted. And you're able to kind of be that, see things from a totally different view, right? You've gotten new ideas, you've gotten new ways of communicating, okay? And honestly, I feel like you just got you found your truth, the absolute truth, the clear, you have a lot of truth in regards to what your raw energy is and what you are in the inside, okay? That you possibly don't even show to people, because when the strength comes out, the woman is the one that's taking control of the lion, not the lion taking control of her. So you got to remember that too. Now, why is the 10 of Swords coming up? Because it's all about confidence and figuring out exactly what you stand for. What do you stand for, guys? That's the big thing. This transformation is happening because like I said, what you protect in the inside is your raw energy. And with this perspective, with this, all this, stuff that's happening, the worst is over with this, I'm saying? That, like I said, This doesn't have to be the easiest energy to deal with the Ten of Swords. Because, I mean, let's be honest. One sword is clarity and truth enough. When you have 10 of those, that doesn't necessarily mean that all those truths are enjoyable. There could be things that you found out about yourself that are not easy to kind of digest. But that doesn't mean it's going to tear you down. It just means also that you have a lot to stand for, and you have a lot to, you have an advantage because you understand yourself a little bit better now, okay? Now, this is all actually, the reason why I say this is not necessarily a bad thing, because even though we transform to something better than we were yesterday, it doesn't mean that, we have to start back from ground zero. I mean, sometimes it does, but back to the reason why I was saying everything is fine, because the reason why I'm thinking this is good, because you have in your future the 10 of Pentacles, the absolute happily ever after, right? Really, the absolute happily ever after is the World card, okay? That's the major arcana, but you guys have the 10 of Pentacles here in your future. That's saying that you have the support and the security and the stability that you were looking for. But I feel like because you understood yourself, you took time to really discover who you were through the journey that you went through with the wands. I feel like you guys have discovered your raw passion, your raw energy. And you guys are able to kind of begin something new in regards to, planning for the future, because you have that support and security that you've been really wanting to have in the first place. So that's why I think the 10 of Swords is not a bad thing coming out being present. You're using that. I feel like you're gonna be using that as your tool to plan for the future, and have that support and security that you need. And sometimes, honestly, usually since this is that's like the absolute family card, like you have your fans and family there. It's the legacy card. Everybody's around you, and you've left something behind to to make sure your family is supportive and stuff like that. This is a lot about you. So I feel like ultimately you feel stable in your stuff. You feel like you've created that abundance for yourself, and you've gotten to a point where the worst has been over, yes, but you understand who you are now to such an extreme degree that you're able to take that use that as an advantage to plan for the future. So that is great. So with all your hard work, guys, and everything that you guys have been putting into, I think it's time for you guys to just enjoy, appreciate, and honestly be within the moment, okay? And honestly, with the Star card here, this talks about healing, okay? This is a time to heal. The 10 of Swords, like I said, it's not. I don't think it's necessarily a bad card in this respect, but it isn't easy obtaining those things on your back now. It ain't easy. So with everything that's happened, even though you've discovered your raw energy, and you're getting through a difficult situation now, where, yeah, you had, gotten through something pretty. You guys could have gone through something really bad. I'm not saying that you haven't, but I feel like it's a good thing in how it's going to be for you afterwards. So there needs to be a recovery period. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself some love, okay? Yeah. Give yourself some love. It's time to heal now. The Ace of Wands isn't just new beginnings in love, okay? It isn't just that. You guys could be. And I mean, considering what your romance angel is, new love. I mean, you guys got a lot of stuff going on, okay? But the worst is over in regards to, having that support and having that feeling of being one with someone. And being, taken care of, but also taking care of someone else. That feeling of being alright, and having that connection. So, I feel like what you don't see is that you've made such a big step. You made such a great move. You did everything that you need to do, okay? And you have that support, but you just don't see it. And I think that is what's transforming you. You have to notice it. You have to see it. And honestly, once you understand yourself for who you truly are, you will realize that the support was with you this whole time. And what I mean by that is, it may not have been in your relationship, which it very well could be, because you got two of the same card, right? Three of Cups. You also could have realized that you are the support that you needed this entire time. And that is what's going to make the future amazing. But really, right now, with everything that you're doing, you're transforming now, allow yourself to take that break. Allow yourself to, to heal, to begin that healing cycle. And that way, when you're doing that, you're giving your love to yourself. You're going to give that back out to the world, because the star ain't just healing, it's also wish fulfillment. And how you have wish fulfillment is having that vibration in your heart, having that vibration that you feel. And if you feel like you're giving yourself love and you give yourself that love, it'll just go out and you'll have that new love, if you haven't already. But it looks like you have, so I'm just, for those of you that don't, this is how you do it, okay? Now back to the romance angels. You'll have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So, this is great. I feel like because you guys have more confidence in yourselves and how you guys are within yourself, who you guys are, what your truth is, what your passions are, what you aspire to be, who and what is your rawness, right? I think that passion will definitely carry on to the future. That passion will definitely be one that is supportive and one that's going to lead you to a very emotionally fulfilling, future. And you have this Ace of Cups that is a promise of that, of healing and emotional fulfillment. So right now, I feel like this new love, this new beginning in the past, you're hitting a lot of news. In the future, you just have, you have the, 10 of Pentacles and all that goodness. You're going to get there. I think you just need to enjoy the moment now. Go ahead and feel free to enjoy the moment. But also to remember that where you came from is something important, because you're not ever going to be that person again. You can't. When judgment comes up, you can't go back. It's over. So whatever you're wrapping up right now, you got to give yourself a break. You got to give yourself some love. And you also got to forgive and accept what couldn't and can't be changed, couldn't and can't be changed of the past, and accept what you can change and control in the future, okay? So, all that work, good job. Okay, good job. Time for a nap, y'all. That's why I was emphasizing breaks, healing. Take that time out. You guys have been through it. So, you guys are going through it now, going through it, go on through it. The future is going to be there waiting for you. But you can take a break. You can give yourself that time to heal. And you can really reconnect with your spirit right now, too. There's a lot of TLC that y'all can be doing right now. So, it's highly suggested that you do so. Okay? And again, remember where you came from. Because you aren't the same person as you were yesterday. And you've noticed things, and you've seen things, and you've experienced things that, of course, like I said, it'll be very difficult to forget. But it was one that will stay with you for a long time, as long as you use them to better yourself and to put yourself in a better position. And also, if you have any doubts, you just remember that what you've gone through is enough to give you the courage and the confidence to take on what you want, which is that absolute happily ever after, that happy, the security, support, and stability. Like again, I said, the world is the absolute happily ever after. But 10 of Pentacles is awesome too. Alright, y'all. I hope this reading helped y'all. I hope you guys were able to get some of this advice, and you guys are able to, move forward and all that. It's a difficult situation, possibly, like, I don't really know what y'all are going through, okay? I know it's like I know it can't be easy, and I know it also, it's not terrible. Like, why you're going through it. You see it now. You're seeing it now, if you haven't already. You know that the worst is over, but you still have to kind of carry yourself to the ending. But you also know a lot more about yourself than you had a long time ago. So, good job. Keep going, guys. Balance things. You have, temperance here is your underlying energy. Like I said, you just have to meditate and heal now, okay? Just keep things balanced and give yourself some of that love. Alright, y'all. I'll let y'all go. I'll talk to y'all soon. And good luck. Bye, y'all.